Navy Lieutenant Commander Steve Rogers. He's a former member of the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. Steve, good to have you with us this morning. Obviously, a lot of moving parts here, but there's an active manhunt underway. What do you think about the response in terms of how the public has responded? And, you know, it seems muted in some ways, and you wonder if we're just getting used to this.
Well, what we are seeing now is a coordinated war being waged against the United States. Look, we've been attacked before here and there, but this seems like a very coordinated attempt to strike at us. And it's something we feared, but we knew at some point in time it would happen. Now, let's talk about that response. The response of law enforcement, extraordinary. There's no question about it. And to do what the FBI has done so quickly to try to connect the dots is extraordinary. Response from the public. We say if you see something, say something. If you notice, most of these leads have been given by people who have saw something and said something. I'm concerned about the response from the White House. The President of the United States has not talked to Governor Cuomo yet. I don't know if he's spoken to Governor Christie. The President of the United States has been very quiet about this. Some of our congressional representatives can't come to grips with the fact that this is a terrorist attack. So what we're seeing, again, is a war being waged against this country, and our leaders need to step up.
So what do you make about the sort of distance that's being given to, oh, well, this device, it could be a lone wolf, that device? I mean, I read a statement that was put out in one of the ISIS, public relations, for lack of a better word, missives, which very specifically says, if you can't come here, you have to do something at home. So why is it so difficult to sort of tie this to something that is larger than potentially, one crazy guy and maybe some relatives in New Jersey?
Well, the difficulty is when you don't have what we call human intelligence, when you don't have that type of intelligence to sit down and to get that information out of somebody, you really don't know. However, saying that, we know that there's 6 people at a minimum involved. There may be a cell, it may be a network. What we don't know, and we have to know, is that if in fact this was a terrorist act that was by overseas direction, did this cell get directions from an overseas entity? And if they did, whether it be ISIS or another type of organization overseas, we may have more cells ready to get activated. I find it interesting that these attacks are coming closer and closer to our election. It appears to me that these terrorist groups may be targeting our election to disrupt what's going to happen in this country in November. So it's a very difficult and daunting task, but we have to stop the political correctness, the sanitizing of the information to the American people, and our leaders I'm talking about have to say exactly what it is and make sure that the truth be told.
I mean, I think everybody watched all this unfold on Saturday night when you saw that there was a bomb device that was found in a garbage can in New Jersey, in Seaside, and then hours later you've got 2 that are blocks apart in Manhattan, and people are telling you we don't see any connection. I mean, everybody watching it, I was with a group of people, I'm sure other people weren't. I said, well, how could they not be connected? I mean, it's just obvious.
Those of us who have made a career out of law enforcement and intelligence, we knew right away there had to be a connection. It's not a coincidence that you got a cooker pressure down there on 27th Street, and then you got a bomb went off on 23rd, then you have the incident in New Jersey, and then what is an unknown factor here is the incident in Minnesota. We don't even know if that's connected to it.
May or may not be, yeah.
Fact of the matter is, we are at war, and we better start fighting this as a war.
In terms of the devices, what's your takeaway? Similar to what we saw in Boston in terms of construction and anyone's ability to make it?
From what I understand, yes, the pressure cooker, absolutely. And as we've said all along, you could get on the internet and learn how to make these devices right off of any type of internet entity. But what we have here, and I'll tell you what's troubling, is the coordination of this attack. This is a well-coordinated attack. My fear and my concern is there are more out there. They've got to get this guy. They've got to get him. And in regards to the search warrant that was executed this morning, the timing of that is interesting because the stop that the police made last night, it seems to me that they did get some critical intelligence information that allowed them to get enough probable cause to get a judge to agree to a search warrant. That was good police work.
Absolutely. And good civilian work, too. The guys that spotted that the backpack in the garbage can. Everybody in this area and everybody across the nation has to be so hyper alert to help out our law enforcement.
And one more important note, if you see this guy or anyone you think's involved in terrorism, do not take the law into your own hands. Do not approach them. These are dangerous people. They may end up martyring themselves. Call the police right away.
I mean, we remember in Boston seeing the Tsarnaev brothers, the FBI put their pictures up. You know people know this guy.
Absolutely.
And you know that they are looking for him, and potentially family members and friends will be able to be instrumental in helping our law enforcement folks. Steve, thank you very much.
So the nation on edge right now. What is the White House?